It is Thursday, August 7th. It is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert. That is SP3. And I got the post-wrestling show voice, as SP3 put it. Voice is a little sore, a little hoarse. But we're here. We made it. Made it to another show. We don't run from the grind. We don't run from press conferences. We're here. SP3, how you doing?
I am doing well. I'm glad to have this interview with you today, Jeremy, after your Dynamite debut. It was an honor to be like, I know that guy when the show first goes on the air, and all I see is this random guy in a hat. You would think he was Joe Goldberg because I couldn't tell who he was, but he had on a Bryan Danielson t-shirt, so I knew it was you. So yeah, I'm honored to have this interview with you today, and also talk about what I thought was a great episode of AEW Dynamite. Some really great wrestling, especially the tag team eliminator tournament matchup and the hilarious continuation of the Young Bucks fall from grace. We got to talk about MJF and Mark Briscoe. MJF screwing over my dear old Mark Briscoe, and Mark Knight might not be in the main event of Forbidden Door. I can't go now. Because Briscoe's not going to be in the main event. You also got a bunch of stuff throughout the show. Swerve Strickland with a great promo talking about Kazuchika Okada. We know one of the participants in the TBS title four-way coming up at Forbidden Door. John Moxley's got a challenge for Forbidden Door against Darby Allin and had a really great matchup with Speedball Mike Bailey, who also... We work people as Speedball and MVP decided to have their own version of a peace treaty on social media as they basically played into the rumors, and probably the best job AEW PR has done in 2025. So we're going to talk about all of that. We got some G1 to talk about. No C-suite because there was no LFG this week, one. And two, I have no way to watch Evolve because WWE stopped doing the live stream on YouTube. Any of my illegal sites don't have the stream either. Tubi is not available in the UK. I'll be back in the US pretty soon, so maybe we can fix that. Maybe I'll have to get Tubi to continue on with the C-suite. So I'm sorry to disappoint y'all. No C-suite today, but it'll be the G-suite, because we got to talk about some G1 Climax, some elimination games early this morning. It was a Kurgan Hall show, so you know the crowd was rocking, and I had two fantastic matches on the show.
So I've not watched this morning's show, so I don't know what happened on the show. I know it was headlined by Finlay and Suji, and I've heard very good things about it. I do look forward to watching that, but I've not watched the show yet. I apologize for that. But we can catch up on everything we haven't talked about, since I hadn't caught up on Tuesday's show because of SummerSlam weekend. So I'm up to everything but this morning. That's where I'm at.
Fair.
With G1.
That's fair.
I can't believe you don't have Tubi. Can't get Tubi.
I wasn't too heartbroken, to be honest with you. I'll tell you.
Wow. Guys, leave a thumbs up on the video. That helps us out. Let's see. Early fireworks. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Get your question, comment, statement read on the air. You can leave a super chat. If you leave a super chat, you get your question, comment, statement read on the air. Also, you can just leave a chat, and we'll probably mention you on air. Subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. Like Rob Jones, who made his debut in the chat yesterday, already leaving some super chats. Hooty hoo, greetings from the Mile High City. Hey, you're in Denver? You an Avs fan or a Nuggets fan? We'll gladly talk basketball. We'd much rather talk basketball than wrestling on this show.
One of those things is a good thing. One of those things is not. It depends on who you are.
Haven't watched Dynamite yet, so I'll see you all tomorrow. Stay hydrated. It's hot out today. Hope you're doing well. Bugaboo James, appreciate you. Again, he was in the chat yesterday, already leaving some super chats. Look at that. No, I did not meet with Tony Khan. He was cowardly, and he was walking around during the post show, and you could tell where we were. He on the corner there, and he was about 5 people away from us, and then he retreated back. I think he saw me, and he got scared, and And he's like, oh God, this guy's gonna ask me about Vanilla Baby, and I don't want to say anything. So he retreated. I was very disappointed. I wanted to say hi to Tony and ask him about Vanilla Baby, but he knew that was coming. He was like,
cowardly.
Yeah,
so cowardly.
Yeah, Tony Khan, complete coward. Just kidding. I mean, that's gonna get clipped. People are like, oh, look at this guy. Somebody said, I think it was Henry. Anything happen before or after? Blake Christian did not compete. I was very disappointed by that. Very disappointed. Oh, there you go. It was a super chat. That's why I missed it. My fault, Matthew. Anything good taped before or after Dynamite? Before, not really. Beast Mortos was in action before Dynamite. He faced AR Fox. It was a good match.
Nice.
After Dynamite, Athena had a match, and Tony Storm came out, and Tony Storm said, I'm going to give you a Cleveland steamer. So, and then I don't think this is going to make television, but she acted like a cat, which was hilarious. Just her in the ring on all fours, like acting like a cat, was very funny. And then Mystico, it was El Sky Team, Mystico, Dorada, and Neon against Workhorseman and Adam Priest. And Mystico's team won, and Mystico got on the mic after, and MJF attacked him. MJF was in a mask, and he attacked him and was like, if you want my title, you're going to have to put everything on the line. Those were taped for ROH, so I assume they will air on ROH. If you watch that ROH show with that 6-man tag, the trios match, I might make it on air there because they did dives to the outside, and I think it was Neon. It might have been Mascara Dorada. He high-fived people in the front row, and I was one of the people that he high-fived. So if you watch that trios match on ROH, I might pop up again there. We shall see.
So we all got to watch ROH this week, not just me.
I don't know if it's this week. I don't know when those matches are going to air. This week, next week. ROH is so
probably next week.
Wacky with Ryan says Jeremy hitting the CEO dance on live TV. I was so mad when she just did the come out after the match, because she's not going to come around ringside and do all of that. She's not.
She didn't do a proper entrance.
Yeah. It's all they're not going to do a cutaway during this. So I was so mad, but apparently you could see me on the overhead. You could see my hands hitting the CEO dance. I'll give insights. I don't know. And so Boris saying I was where the whole shot during the Swerve promo. So two things. One, the intro. I know I was in the first 5 seconds of the show. So they had the camera. Obviously, you can see the cameras right on you when they're there. Yeah. They had the camera there for the intro. It's so awkward because you're just clapping and screaming, and you don't really know what to do. You're trying not to pay attention to the camera, but you know it's there. And so that's what I was doing. Swerve's intro, the camera was on me the whole time. I was hitting the top rope when I swear I was hitting it, and they didn't cut to me on that because I would have seen that. But then the camera was on me while he's talking, and that's when they cut to us. I was like, why are you cutting to us while Swerve is talking? And we don't see that on the big screen. The big screen camera is only the Swerve promo. So that's why I'm looking up at the big screen, because I'm looking at the promo, because our view, the sight line to Swerve wasn't great.
He's behind you.
Yeah. So I'm looking up at the big screen. But why are you cutting to us in the middle of the promo for that? At least, cut to me when I'm hitting the dance, because the camera was right on me when I was doing the dance. So I was wondering if it cut to me at any point during that, and it didn't. And so once I found out it didn't, I was like, you wasted my 2 high spots. I hit the CEO dance and I hit the Swerve dance, and you missed both high spots. What kind of shoddy production work is this that I'm missing both high spots?
At least you got to do it, because I heard a lot of fans were upset. A lot of my friends who went to Raw on Monday were upset they didn't get to eat. So at
Oh,
least you got to do both of the high spots, though, for the fans.
whatever. I did think people are saying like Will did it to pop himself, Tony did it on purpose. I did think it was a bit so the opening shot when people sent me screen caps, they cut out the wife, which thank you. But the opening shot, she was cut. Like it's started on me and then went over. But the swerve shot, it's very visible. And I thought it was a bit for the opening shot of like, just start here instead of there because she doesn't want to be on camera. Like I didn't know if that got to production of like don't put the woman next to Jeremy on camera. Start over. But the swerve shot, she did make camera. But all the screenshots, people cut her out, which thank you. Obviously, she's on camera. She knows. She saw the photo. It's fine. She was worried that it was going to be like an all night type of thing where they would keep cutting. And okay, yes, this is hilarious. Though I got to go back and rewatch this. So there's a couple of points here. One, when the Bucks, I can't remember if it was Matt or Nick, they do the Escalera to the outside, onto Bandito. Nick, okay. And Nick is down. I'm screaming, bring back Jack Perry. Where's Jack Perry? And the camera's right there, but it doesn't pick it up, unfortunately. But it does. If you go back and listen, he does the dive. They cut over to Brody King, and then they cut back over, and it's like right as Excalibur is seemingly like throwing to a break. On the Max replay, there is no break. Like you get through the show, but it's right as Excalibur is going through the break. You can hear back Jack. Very vague. You got to be listening for it. But if you're listening for it, you can hear bring back Jack as I scream that to Nick after the dive.
I want to jack off.
When they were you don't know how much restraint I showed when they were chanting jobbers. How much I want to go jack off. But I knew no one would get it, and I was gonna be drowned out by the jobber chant, and my wife would have been like she would just walked away over there.
So much restraint. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, I did have a chat with Toni Storm. I had a chat with Athena and Toni Storm throughout that match. So Billy Starks gets knocked to the outside early in the match, like right in front of us, and Billy's like, "Oh, she hit me so hard." I'm like, "Billy, what are you talking about? Mouse would be disappointed in you." And then Athena's like yelling at her, and Athena's like, "Come on, get up! Like this is not what we talked about." I was like, "Get her, Athena." And Athena's like, "I know, right? Like she's gotta listen." I was like, "You didn't teach her like this." And Athena's like, "It's high school all over again. She doesn't retain any information." So I was chatting with Athena during that early in the match. And then later in the match, Athena was still over there. Tony comes around to like chase her off when it looked like Athena was trying to get involved. And Tony's chilling right there. And Tony goes, "If she gets involved again, call me." And I'm like, "Do you want a call or a text?" And Tony's like, "I prefer email." I was like, "All right, I got you." So we had a chat then. And then I don't know what all made here, but as like Athena's getting in the ring, I jump up and I'm like, "Tony, it's Athena, get her!" And so that's when Tony goes after her. So I don't know again how much of all that stuff made, but it was very fun around ringside during that match, just chatting with Athena and Toni Storm whenever they would come around the ring. So there you go. Do you know the people next to you? No, did not know the people next to us. I only know my wife. That was the only person. So I didn't know who was next to us. Very nice. I did have to break the one guy's heart. The guy who was, there was a person in between, or there was a person next to me, and then the guy after that. I had to break his heart at the end of the show because it's ROH tapings, and Justin Roberts like, "Oh, it's the last match of the evening," and the guy's like, "Oh, I hope we get a Takeshita match. I hope we get a Takeshita match." And I'm like,
poor guy.
Yeah. I'm like, he's in Japan doing the G1. And the guy's like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't want you to like, hopefully hear Takeshi's music and it's like not gonna come here. So,
that was nice of you. That was nice of you to let him down easy, so he doesn't get the disappointment when he doesn't hear that. The music. So.
He seemed into Mystico, which was good. You know, that's at least good. But yeah, I had to break his heart.
Did you sing the song?
I didn't know the lyrics of the song.
Oh, I don't know the lyrics. This guy, you don't do your research before
I can't
going, man.
Speak Spanish.
Oh, so
I don't speak Spanish. So I didn't know the lyrics well enough. That's on me. My fault, everybody. My fault.
So disappointing. I'm gonna be like, sing Jeremy when I watch ROH. I'm gonna be like, sing Jeremy. He's just gonna be like, I can't hear you.
I don't know what else happened. Live experience viewing. That was cool. Oh, got a souvenir. SP3.
Oh yeah, who's that from?
Mark Briscoe. This is the headband that he wore. So Mark Briscoe comes out, does his entrance and everything. He throws his jacket first, and then he throws the headband like right at me. I reach over and I catch it, but then I drop it because I was caught in between two minds. It comes out and I'm like, oh, and then I just go like that. I pulled my hand back because I'm like, I don't know if I should catch this. I felt bad for like, it's like a baseball game. Like you don't want to reach out and interfere with the ball and play and everything. So like I reach out and then I pull my hand back to not catch it. Because my brain is like, oh no, you shouldn't catch this. Because had it been like closer, like into the crowd, yeah, I would have caught it. But like I was reaching over to catch this thing. And I felt bad for like reaching over to catch it. So I just let it go. And I was like, I don't know if I don't know if he wants that or whatever. But like, I don't want to catch it. And the person who came around to like collect the jacket, he collects the jacket. Yeah, it's the ringside security guard or whatever. He grabs the headband and tosses it to me. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Nice, I appreciate it. He's like, no problem. And so clearly like it was fine that I could have caught it. Obviously, if I caught it and they wanted it back, I wasn't going to be like, well, I'm going to need Bryan Danielson to come out here and personally give me a hug and take a photo. I'm going to need Vanilla Baby to play. I'm going to need the ROH pencil if you want this Mark Briscoe headband back.
God damn, what a lucrative deal for you.
That's right. So I wasn't going to, if they wanted it back, I would have been, yeah, sure, no problem. Like you can have it back. But I was so afraid of like catching it and then not, I wasn't supposed to catch it. So I didn't want to, but the security person was very nice and just handed it to me. So yes, I got Mark Briscoe's headband on. I was gonna wear it during the show. It's very sweaty. It's a little less sweaty, but when I caught it, very sweaty. Mark Briscoe's a man who sweats a lot. No blood on it, unfortunately. He did bleed during that match, but we'll put on.
Would have been better if you wore it throughout the show and then got the blood on it, and then you could wear it. Look at this guy, Jeremy Briscoe.
Am I one of them boys now?
Jeremiah Briscoe.
Oh, that was very fun. That was fun. Now my forehead is probably about to break out terribly. It'll be fun. It was fun though. It was a good show overall. Had some good stuff, and yeah, that was the live experience. I will answer any questions. I will not run from the grind like Triple H out here. I'm open to any questions. But otherwise, we'll just like review Dynamite as it happens,
as we usually would do. Yes.
Yeah. Did you watch Happy Gilmore SP3?
Completely. I finally did watch Happy Gilmore too. Right.
What'd you think?
It sucked.
Oh, okay. Oh, my wife's gonna message you. She hated it.
Thank you. I'm like watching this and I'm like, why have I heard, like, it was at first I heard, the people that didn't like it. Then when you said you like it, I looked up more stuff and I saw more people. I even, heard Meltzer this week saying that he watched half of the movie and he liked it. Really? And I was like, if you only watch one half of the movie, you watch the first hour of the movie that I didn't laugh. I didn't. Yeah. I looked at the timer. I looked at the timer on the movie of the first time that I laughed throughout the whole movie, and it was about an hour and 13 minutes in when Oscar's cousin is getting hit by all the golf balls. That's the only time in the movie that I think I laughed the whole entire time. And it took an hour and 13 minutes for me to laugh. And then I got through the whole rest of the movie and did not laugh. This movie was not funny. I watched Happy Gilmore so many times. I'm probably one of the few people that would say Happy Gilmore is probably my favorite of all the Adam Sandler 90s comedies. That was like, it was a hit for me. It got to my humor. I don't know whether it's because I'm older now, but I even rewatched Happy Gilmore a couple of like weeks ago. I mean, like, yeah, before Happy Gilmore 2 came out, and I still enjoyed it, and I still laughed way more times than I laughed at this one.
We watched the original Happy Gilmore the Thursday before Happy Gilmore 2 came out, like Thursday night. And then we watched Happy Gilmore 2 Friday afternoon. And so, all right, we're gonna spoil Happy Gilmore 2. My wife says check your messages, by the way. She has been waiting to talk shit about this movie with someone. Like, just waiting. Because a lot of people I've seen that like have liked it. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was like the greatest thing ever. I thought it was fine. My wife was ready to turn it off 2 to 3 minutes into the movie.
That's the first message she just sent me. She said, and I quote, "I was furious. 3 minutes in, the second Virginia died. I was done." Me too. Exactly. No, that was when I was like, what are we doing?
Her literal reaction. Virginia gets hit with the golf ball, and she's like, "Oh," and then they do the funeral. And she goes, "Fuck this," and then just she was ready to leave the room. It was like the shock when she gets hit with the golf ball of like, oh, they're not really gonna do this, and then she sees the funeral. She's like, "Fuck this," and she was ready to done. She was done with it. I was like, "Do you want me to turn this off?" She's like, "No, I'll keep watching it." But she was checked out after that. Like it would have taken a monumental effort to save the movie for her after that, and they did not have a monumental effort.
No, they make light of alcoholism throughout the movie, which
I didn't care about.
I didn't think it was any funny. Like, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna go in that route and make it one of the bits of the movie, at least make it funny. Him just having different things that open up into alcohol, I was just like, this is lame. I agree with Henry. Like, Bad Bunny was probably the best character as Oscar. He was the best character in the movie. Like, no one really was funny to me. I thought MJF did well with his role, but he's up there with Carl Gallagher from Shameless and two guys I've never seen before, and they just play the stereotypical wild sons of Happy. Him having to put both of his daughters in the movie also was annoying to me because I'm like, it's quite obvious to see your daughter. Is that your real daughter?
That was so funny because you could. It's the daughter is Adam Sandler's real daughter, and then he goes to the AA meeting, and his other daughter looks exactly like, his daughter in the movie. I'm like, why is she also at the AA meeting? Why is his daughter there? And then it's a completely different character, but they look so much like. It was like, you couldn't change your hair because they changed his wife's hair. The wife is his actual wife is the dance instructor, but they made her blonde because if she had dark hair too, we would have been questioning Happy and who he was sleeping with, because it's like, why does I forget his daughter's name in the movie. But why does she look like the dance instructor, Dad? Huh? What was happening here?
She already did. It didn't matter that they changed her hair. She did look like the dance instructor anyway. So, like, I didn't know that watching the movie. But once you said that, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Because the daughter did look like the dance instructor. So
Yeah,
I thought the whole route they were gonna go is that's his new love interest that he
I'm
finds
glad
a
they
new
didn't
love
do.
interest.
If they had gone
Yeah,
there, I would have been even more pissed. Of like, okay,
yeah,
no, we don't need a love interest for Happy after all of this. I'm glad they did not do that.
yeah,
But yeah, killing Virginia immediately, I was like, I don't know about this. I
yeah.
thought Eminem was
That
great.
Eminem was good,
Yeah,
but it felt at that point of the movie, it was already like, oh, you remember this funny part from Happy Gilmore 1? This
yeah,
is the second version of it. And it was just like, okay, but at least it was just Eminem being Eminem in the
yeah.
role
He's
of the
just
son. Like it wasn't like he was trying to be that the father. It was just Eminem playing the son of the guy from the original movie.
yeah, yeah. I thought he was funny, and otherwise, like, it was fine. It's not a movie I'm ever gonna watch again. Like most likely. Like
Absolutely not. I did it for this show. That's my dedication to this show. Cause I like the ITW general manager after the first word of the movie and they killed off the wife, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna keep
yeah.
watching, but yeah. Happy being depressed. Of course, you had to give him some type of adversity and stuff like that. I honestly would have enjoyed if they just spent more time telling us what he's been up to, instead of making like the first 5 minutes of the movie what he's been up to since the last movie. I would have liked that to be a little bit longer before we transition into the present time, because that actually was one of the more interesting parts of the movie before Virginia dies. But
Well, he was winning golf tournaments and fucking clearly. Like
yeah, he was
kids.
a spokesperson for Trojan.
Yeah, yeah. He had 5 kids, so that's what he was doing this whole time.
Him and Tiger Woods, the most successful golfers of the 1990s.
I would
And
have
Shooter
liked,
McGavin.
yeah, I would have liked more on like Shooter. That's
Yeah.
where like his role was underplayed too much in this. Like, oh,
Yes.
okay, he's in a mental hospital, and then he's been there for 25 years because of all of this. Like, wow, that really fucked him up, I guess. But that's what I would have liked more of just having Shooter there. I'd say maybe they didn't want to go too nostalgia, but the whole damn movie's nostalgia, so I can't even say
It's just a nostalgia run.
Yeah.
It's a nostalgia run without much difference in it at all, really. They even have freaking Chubb's son in the movie, and that comes way too late in the movie. I thought that would have been much earlier in the movie, instead of like the back half of the movie we meet Chubb's son. But yeah, it was like they had all the pieces there for an effective and funny movie. They just never executed on any of them and never hit it at the right time. The timing of the movie was off. The jokes were off for the most part, to me personally. Like I said, I laughed at Oscar's was it his cousin? His cousin was hilarious, I will say.
Yeah.
Him stealing the hat and stuff. That was like maybe like a smile on my face, but really my first laugh of the actual movie, where I laughed for a few more than 5 seconds, was him getting hit by all the golf clubs, because he was like, he's so shifty. He says he's shifty.
It was what it was with this movie. Again, something I'm never gonna watch again. I'm glad you watched it for the show. I appreciate your commitment to this show. Yeah.
And I did hear Nikki Bella. I didn't see her talk, but I heard her talk. I heard her talk. She was rooting on Becky's character, which a lot of people, if you watch, like I heard Meltzer, he watched the first half of the movie. He's like, I haven't even got to the Becky Lynch part. I was like, yeah, Becky's in the last half of the movie.
Yeah.
They made it seem like it was such a big deal, but no, she's in the last half of the movie, has probably 4 or 5 lines. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she's at the the last quarter, really. I don't even know about half, because it's a friggin' 2-hour movie, which that's my other complaint about, is this movie doesn't need to be 2 hours. I'm probably they cut 20 minutes of it. Like, why? How did you have a 2-hour and 20-minute Happy Gilmore movie? The first one is 90 minutes, which is great. I don't know why the lost art of the 90-minute movie. I'm going to see Naked Gun today, the new Naked Gun, which I've heard good things about. And That movie is an hour and 25 minutes. Do you understand how much of a selling point that was for me to go see this movie today? Like, I saw that and I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Had I saw that and seen 2 hours, I'm like, no, I don't care that much to do this. Like, I'm going to do something with one of the kids, and we were trying to just figure out what to do. You want to go see a movie? Yeah, sure. I don't think they actually care, but it's fine. And I was like, okay, what are we gonna go see? I like Naked Gun. I like the original; it's good. And like when it came to this movie again, I was like, all right, let's figure out movies. Superman, Fantastic Four. We're not big into like comic book movies, so like I'm not gonna go see either of those. But when I saw, an hour and 25 minutes for Naked Gun, I was like, that seems great. Love that.
I might go see that next Tuesday.
Yeah, if I saw that thing and it said 2 hours, I would have been like, let's figure out something else to do. I don't need a 2-hour comedy. Like, I don't like 2-hour movies anyway, at all. I just don't. You got to have a really good movie for me to want to sit there for 2 hours and watch this movie. And there are very good 2-hour movies. All the Fast and Furious films come to mind. But comedies, I don't need comedy going 2 hours. It's just, that's a lot. Hour and a half. That's the sweet spot.
I agree. Yeah, there was some stuff that was good in the movie. I agree with you. Eminem was good. Shooter McGavin, he was good. I would have liked more of him. I thought the villains was sucked pretty much. Like Ben Stiller being the same guy from the last movie. Yeah. That was a nice nostalgia at first, but then when he's like the lower tier villain, it's like I don't know. Maybe if he was the lead villain, maybe it would be a little bit better, because I thought the lead villain sucked. Like not as far as like, oh, the lead villain, oh, he's supposed to suck. You're supposed to not like him. No, I thought his acting was really bad. I thought the little tropes about his breath smelling like a fart and stuff like that, it has a payoff at the end, at the very least, but not a very satisfying payoff for all of that. But yeah, I was just like, I'm not enthused by this 2-hour long movie. I feel like I wasted 2 hours. Could have been catching up on Stardom 5-star Grand Prix.
Senior Nerd saying you must hate Judd Apatow movies. Those are long. I think some Judd Apatow movies are very good, but you could cut out a scene or two and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, I've said like, I don't like Funny People. I think that movie sucked. I think there's a good movie in the first half.
I liked Funny People because of the Eminem part mostly, but
the second half of that movie sucks. It just sucks. The first half is fine. The second half is terrible.
I liked Funny People. I liked Knocked Up.
Knocked Up's good. He's got good movies. 40-Year-Old Virgin, I'm pretty sure, is a Judd Apatow movie.
Yeah,
he's got good movies.
A classic.
Oh, yeah. Volve saying Yota Jensen to watch Naked Gun. Cody's in it. I'm not going to see it for Cody. I don't know if Cody even has like a big role on that thing.
He's probably in like one scene, probably.
Yeah. Superbad is like 2 hours, and that's fine.
Oh, Superbad is a classic. That might be in my top 10 favorite comedies.
Meet Normus says, I smoked a bunch during Happy Gilmore 2, so that made it tolerable. 1.5 stars in the Tokyo Dome. Fantastic Four was great. Still need to see Superman. Top meat out. I've heard good things about Fantastic Four and Superman. I'll never see them, but I've heard good things.
I'll tell you, Meet Normus, Superman's better than Fantastic Four. And I'm a bigger Fantastic Four fan than most. Really enjoyed the movie. It's probably the best Fantastic Four movie as far as like the character portrayals, the story. Galactus was awesome. There's points of it that really work, but Superman overall is a more comic booky movie. Like, it has all the comic book tropes that you want. It has the big action scenes. It's got the great character work. It's got a really, really strong storyline as well. And it's got the big set pieces. It's got comedy as well. Hilarious characters. Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern, is hilarious throughout that movie. Mr. Terrific stole the show. It's probably the best Lois Lane we ever seen in a Superman movie. The best Lex Luthor we ever seen in a Superman Superman movie, and this actor is probably the second best Superman because Christopher Reeves, man, no one's topping him. But Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is probably the star of the whole movie. It's one of the best villains in a comic book movie that I probably since Thanos.
Didn't he play Lex Luthor?
He was the Beast.
Movie? Yeah.
He was Beast in the X-Men movies.
Didn't he play Lex Luthor in a different movie, or am I just making that up? I feel like he was rumored.
Who, Nicholas Hoult?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
All right. I know it was the Beast in the X-Men movies. I feel maybe he was just rumored for that role for so long that I just feel like it's been Jesse Eisenberg played Lex Luthor.
Oh, he was awful. He's probably the worst.
I remember
Lex
watching
Luthor.
that sucked. Yeah, I remember watching him. He sucked. I feel like Nicholas Hoult was like rumored for that role though at that time as well.
Maybe
I could be completely wrong, but I feel like there was a rumor that Nicholas Hoult and Lex Luthor were like tied together for a while. That's why when you said he's Lex Luthor in this movie, I was like, I feel like he played Lex Luthor before, but maybe not. Volib, since we'll get to Volib Super Chat here in a second. Any other movie talk you want to get to?
Those are the only two movies I've seen lately. I'm going to see Naked Gun. I'll probably be back in the States either next week or the week after. So I'll probably watch a movie. I'll have more time to watch movies. And I could go to the movies after I do something instead of have to do it early, or I can't do it at all because of the bus systems here in the UK suck. So.
Are you skipping out on Forbidden Door? You're going to return home?
No, they're kicking me out. I've reached my limit. I thought I had an extension, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to stay for Forbidden Door, sadly. Maybe I'll try my luck for Full Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about Full Gear. Where's Full Gear's in Jersey again? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's just a train ride away from where I'll be. So.
Yeah, fair. All right.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna take a trip to St. Louis or Toronto for All Out or Wrestle Dream.
No. Do you want to do G1 real quick?
Yeah, let's talk about G1. What can you talk about? I don't, you told me.
I've seen everything up until today stuff, so I can talk about anything up until today. So I feel like we were at like night 10 last time. That was like the weekend stuff, right? That started on the weekend that we haven't talked about. I don't think there's been a match as good as Takeshi and Shingo still from these last from these last few nights. There's been some fine stuff. Tanahashi and Tsuji was really good.
That was great. I thought that was so much better than I thought it would be. And Joel, if I could stay on your couch, I'll be down to go to Toronto just for you, just to see you.
He's got a bed. He's
got a bed.
Yeah, stay on the couch.
All right. Oh, couch bed. You see, I'm not picky. I'm not picky, Joel. I would say
that and
I think the Tsuji Tanahashi was great. Oyowa versus Taichi was a banger. That surprised me how good that was. Then there was
Shingo and Zack Sabre, right?
That was I thought that was terrific. That was a terrific main event, especially the finish. The finish caught me off guard because I really thought Shingo was gonna win that, and then he just got eliminated. I was like, damn, what's going on? All my people that I thought were gonna be doing strong in this tournament have not been doing that well, and Shingo losing there and being eliminated from the tournament kind of shocked me. But a great match nonetheless. We didn't talk about, I think last week, or was it, I don't know if it was the weekend or it was Saturday, the Zack Sabre Jr. and Great Okan matchup, which was probably one of Okan's best matches that he's ever had. Okan, very underrated as a technical wrestler.
Go ahead, sorry. I don't know.
No, I was gonna say he's very underrated as a technical wrestler. Like, he doesn't get enough credit for how good he can get, like in between the ropes, his counter wrestling, his submission work, his grappling. He's got an amateur wrestling background, and you really see it when he's in the ring with Zack Sabre Jr. I still think to this day his greatest match that he ever had was against Zack back in the 2022 G1, but this one that he had in this year's tournament was probably his best match of the tournament.
That was night 10. And asking me to remember what happened on night 10, which we're on night 13 today, when you factor in everything that happened at SummerSlam as well. I don't have a great memory of Zack Sabre and Great-O-Khan, so I apologize.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. This is what I'm here for. My memory is impeccable.
Yes, it is. It is. And my memory, everything blends together of like, when did this match happen? What happened? What was going on in this match? Oh, yeah.
Takeshita has two bangers from the last couple of days between the Drilla matchup, which was it was exactly what I thought it would be, with them just beating the crap out of one another. And then the Yoshihashi match. Oh my God. Yoshihashi.
Yeah. Takeshita. He brings out the best in everybody, man. Yeah. Everybody brings out the absolute best in everybody. So, Yoshihashi. Yoshihashi's been fun this tournament.
Yeah, I think he's been good for the most part. Yoshihashi, you get the vibes that people are rooting for him. They kind of feel like he's the spiritual successor to his Bishamon tag team partner Hiroki Goto, and he had a strong matchup with Takeshita. I'm hoping Takeshita can win out. He's already at 10 points. That he can win out against that evil freaking House of Torture and Ren Narita. Hopefully he can beat out Ren Narita on the I think that's the final night of the tournament. He's got Ren Narita, if I'm not mistaken.
We need EV.
Well, unfortunately, the only thing I'll spoil for you in regards to this morning is now I need. But now we all, like, all of us, me and you especially, because I know we both went for the same person to win the tournament. We need Evil to win on the final night for Yota Tsuji for Yota Tsuji to have a shot to make it to the playoffs. He needs Evil to beat Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah, well, we always need Evil to win, though.
Evil's already at 10 points, and if Tanahashi beats him on the final night, he's at 10 points, and they both beat Tsuji, so they're into the next round.
We always need Evil to win. So yes, we do need Evil to win.
God. Well, this guy, stop doing this. Stop doing this.
I always need it. What are you talking about?
Unfortunately, we need Evil to freaking. I can't believe I'm disgusted that I even have to say this.
If you would just get on the Evil train like a smart person from the very beginning, you wouldn't have to wrestle with these thoughts. You could be excited to cheer for the greatest wrestler of all time to just win, as he always should. Tenruza says, Evil needs 8 belts like Monet. It's deserved. I agree with you, Tenruza.
He said Takeshita. Don't misconstrue his words, sir. That was very mean. He's paid money to say that, and you misconstrued his words.
I can't read. I have dyslexia. I thought mean. That said Evil.
That was mean. Takeshita, I agree. He should have 8 belts. It should be 8 belts Takeshita. 8 belts Takeshita. He should have a belt in New Japan, in CMLL, in DDT, in AEW. He should have all 3 belts that Okada has. He should have his never openweight championship back. He should also have the global heavyweight championship since he injured Gabe Kidd. He should have his title. I think that's just fair. Then he should get the CMLL World Welterweight Championship. I don't know the difference between all of them. Luckily, MJF helped me out and made me realize whatever belt he has is the top prize in CMLL now.
That's not true. So I saw.
I know it is.
Yeah, I saw Lucha Blog post that like all the titles are pretty equal. Like, it doesn't matter what MJF has or his the belt that he has there. All the titles are pretty equal, but they're trying to like establish that as, his as the top belt. So good on him for trying to do that.
I think they did a good job of explaining it. That this is basically just him doing what he did with the international title. He's renaming it because they did acknowledge that it's the World Light Heavyweight Championship, but MJF has renamed it into the CMLL World Championship.
Yeah. They're trying to show that it's the top title, even if it might not be the top title. They
have 32 different belts. You think WWE or AEW is bad? Go to CMLL. Go to CMLL on Cage Match, and it's freaking a whole page. You have to keep scrolling for all the titles that they have, and you never see like half of them. Like, that's ridiculous.
I saw when the end of the show, Mystico and El Sky Team, Neon and Mascara Dorada come out. They all got titles. I was like, what? Oh, they're the trios champions. Okay, cool. I guess that's a thing.
They got like 4 different trios champions. They got mixed tag titles. They got tag team titles. They got U.S. tag team champions. They got the women's championship, the Japanese women's. How are you in Mexico and you got a Japanese women's world championship? That's not held by anybody from Japan. What are we doing? It's ridiculous. Like, every time I hear a fan who's going to complain about how many titles AEW has, how many titles WWE has, I'm going to come into the chat. I'm going to come into the thread, wherever it's being said. I'm going to be like, well, you know who really got too many titles? That's damn CMLL.
You noticed how like the AEW has too many titles chatter died when WWE started putting like Evolve titles on NXT. It's like, oh shit. And TNA titles on NXT. It's like, we can't say too much because NXT's got about 18 titles now. Well, if they're gonna showcase TNA and Evolve titles, that commentary on AEW titles died quickly.
Hasn't aged well. Yeah, hasn't aged well at all.
All these companies got too many titles. Honestly, I don't need all. I agree. Need all these titles. The ROH titles, I can't wait for them to never be defended now that Dustin's out. They're just going to chill.
Oh my God. They're legit they're not even going to do a tournament. They're going to wait for Dustin. They're going to wait for the verdict of Dustin's knee replacement surgery.
They should just freebird the titles with Sammy and the Von Erichs. Like, who cares? They defend those titles. But then once every 2 months anyway at the pay-per-views. They don't defend them on TV. Who cares?
And that's when there's a pay-per-view once every 2 months. We went 7 months without a
that's true. I was giving too much credit of once every 2 months. There's a pay-per-view like once every 4 months. So,
Oh, but yeah. Who's gonna be Dustin's replacement for the tag team titles though?
Just for one week it could be Ross, 1 week it could be Marshall, 1 week it could be Ross and Marshall defending them together. Who cares?
How about Sammy and Ty Mello?
Okay. I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
I like
that works for me.
I'm cool with that. Just who cares with these ROH titles?
Oh no, it's gonna be the person that Sammy loves the team with. It's gonna be Sammy and Chris Jericho.
Oh man, if Chris Jericho comes back, that's how they're gonna get that TV deal.
Just give him the tag team. You know what's been the key is that we've been giving him the world title. We've been getting it all wrong. Give him the tag team titles. It's been said in the chat a few times. Buddy Matthews got his ankle surgery.
He posted on Instagram, and Tenruza, breaking news for me here. Buddy Matthews going in for ankle surgery today. Appreciate it, Tenruza. That was again breaking news that now I got to write an article about. So I appreciate you, Tenruza, on that. So best wishes to Buddy Matthews. He's been out since February.
Since Grand Slam Australia. Yeah.
And man, it looked like him and Brody were about to heat up in the tag team division, because now we see what Brody's doing with Bandito, and I'm glad they formed that team. That's a great team, but it sucks for Buddy Matthews. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it feels like that would be a team that the Hurt Syndicate could go toe to toe with the Hurt Syndicate and could potentially be the team to dethrone them for the tag team titles. But like you said, I'm glad Brodido was born in the interim. But best wishes to Buddy Matthews. It sucks. He had one of his biggest singles matches in his home country of Australia and gets injured. prior to that matchup, and still wrestled like a 14 minute matchup with the bad ankle. So shout outs to him, more props to him, but damn, it sucks he has to get the surgery. He held it off for as long as he could, but he had to go under the knife.
Yeah, he was on Van Vliet's show like a month or so ago, and he was hoping like it was just going to be a few weeks until he returned, and then obviously he didn't return, and now it's going to be surgery. So clearly, however they thought it was going to heal, it didn't heal well, and now he's got to go in for surgery. So best wishes to Buddy Matthews. Yeah, it was June 23rd, so more than a few weeks ago, and he even says the ankle is not recovering as well as I thought it would. So they tried to hold off on the surgery, and clearly, again, it didn't go too well with that. And so best wishes to Buddy Matthews, and we'll see when he's able to return.
We shall. Shout outs to Buddy. Any other G1 notes? I was like I said, I think I was most surprised as far as like the matches that delivered with Tanahashi and Tsuji. I did not expect too much from that, but man, Tanahashi, he be having some juice left in those knees. That one knee he got.
He knew it was his final G1. He's like, you know what? We gotta give me the injections, whatever we gotta get to numb the pain. He's like, dub in the finals, dub in the playoffs, just get the injections so I can't feel anything, and let's go out there and let's have these classics. Bless Tanahashi. Bless him. One of the best of all time. Yeah,
and that was his 100th G1 Climax victory.
Yeah. As Ryan so correctly points out, greatest IWGP champion ever. Evil. Say it with me, SP3. Come on.
I'm really sick of this Lambert family and the hypocrisy that they just putting out here.
Hypocrisy? What do you mean hypocrisy? That's not nice.
Fraudulent.
What?
Blasphemy.
What? None of this is...
He's going to make the playoffs. Congratulations.
Yeah,
he's going to make the playoffs, and I hope he loses in the semifinals.
That's not nice. Why would you want that?
I hope he loses in the semifinals. Like, immediately. Nice. I want Konosuke Takeshita, whoever from the B block is going to whoop that ass. Please. Please and thank you. Let's move the hell on. Let's move Evil the hell up out of here. I got to watch, not only do I got to watch Evil matches, I got to watch 3-on-1 Evil matches because he got Dick and Don. It's like Pinky and the Brain. Dick and Don. They're here to take over the world.
Sorry he has friends. Maybe these other wrestlers should get some friends.
Oh, Dick and Don. You want friends named Dick and Don?
If they're good friends, why are you name shaming?
Dick and Don. Dick to dick contact.
Don't name shame SP3.
His name together, they are Evil Dick and Don.
Okay. Evil Dick.
They are woman's worst enemy, Evil Dick, and then Don.
Well, name shame, SP3.
I'm not name shaming.
You are. You were like, you want friends? You asked you want friends named Dick and Don.
Torture. I'm shaming the House of Torture. All my friends who are smart, they tell me all the time. It was like, I'm going to catch up on the G1. You know how I'm going to do that? I'm going to avoid all the House of Torture matches. And there's nothing, like, I know there's people like Sanal out there that will tell you, oh, you should watch the Sonata matches because he starts off well. But you know where it's going to lead. You know where they're going to go. Ren Narita had one match where he didn't have the House of Torture shenanigans against Zack Sabre Jr. And guess what? It's the only good matchup from any member of the House of Torture in this damn tournament.
I disagree about Ren Narita. Tenderusa sends super chat. Says put Mark Davis with Brody and Bandito on return. Isn't
he's in the Don Callis?
He's with the Callis family reluctantly. I don't know.
They got a basketball team.
I feel bad for Mark Davis. Yeah, they do. I feel bad for Mark Davis because Kyle Fletcher has now completely like ascended past that tag team status, And I don't know what you do with Mark Davis because he doesn't scream single star to me, at least not right now. I don't know who you pair him with as a tag team. And the injury history is just tough. Like, it's tough to commit to that when he's had the injury history. So I don't know what you do with Mark Davis. Like, I think he's fine as a heater for somebody. Even Don Callis family, that's a weird thing. It's like, you already got Lance Archer as, like, your heater. Isn't Brian Cage is still part of that family? He's hurt as well.
Yeah.
So you don't need... How many heaters do you need on this team? So...
You got Lance Archer, you got Hechicero, Josh Alexander's kind of faded into the background.
Yeah, so I don't know what you do with Mark Davis. He's just kind of there. All right, we'll get into Dynamite here. I gotta pull up the clip here. Okay, here we go. Volub says Vanilla Fumble.
I'm Vanilla, baby.
Is what we call when we do not keep our promise of keeping Jeremy as the thumbnail for this episode. What gives, Joel? Joel did make a thumbnail of me for this episode. He did not use it as the actual thumbnail, but for the ITW faithful here in the chat, this is the Jeremy thumbnail for this episode. There you go. Everybody's just blurred out. I'm staring intently as I watch this Swerve Strickland promo. Look at that great hat, though. Can we talk about that amazing hat? Great shot of the OKC Thunder championship hat and the Bryan Danielson face shirt. Oh,
we just need to... We need to run clips of Jeremy in the front row and just have, my sacrifice in the background. Hello, my friend, we meet again.
It's
been
like
a long time. Just do it on a loop.
Yeah.
Seems like forever. And in my heart of memories, oh, how quickly life can. All right, okay.
Yeah, AEW Desire. Yeah, Stoics there. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to cut to me as Swerve's doing his promo. Like, I saw the camera, but I'm like, they're not going to cut to front row audience. Like, Swerve's doing his promo. What are they doing? I hit my high spots on the dance. Why wasn't the cut there? What are we doing here? You're showing the rest hold. Missing the high spots. Terrible production work.
Like look at the technique. Look at the technique of the rest hold, of the chin lock.
Terrible.
Look at his chin lock. He's got the grip.
I had a couple comments about my Thunder hat. They're like, are you from Oklahoma City? I was like, no, I'm just a fan of the team. It's like, you're wearing a Thunder hat in Cleveland? I was like, yeah, is this...
Yeah.
Why is this a thing?
It's not like we beat Cleveland. Like,
yeah. I didn't realize there was a rivalry between the Thunder and the Cavs. Like, they've met 0 times in the playoffs. Why is this a big deal? I was very confused when, like, oh, you're wearing a Thunder hat in Cleveland. Like, yeah, dude. Sorry, I can't be a Thunder fan living in Cleveland. It's not my choice to live here. You know, Tony Khan lies to the people after these shows. By the way, he comes out and he's like, oh, Cleveland's great, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, Cleveland's such a great sports town. It's like, Tony, what? Cleveland's a miserable sports town.
Well, to be fair, people would say New York is a great sports town, but they're pretty miserable themselves too. So,
but like, what do you mean it's a great sports town, Tony? You're involved in football. You know the Browns. The Browns are god-awful. Nobody's happy about the Browns.
What about the Guardians?
The Guardians? I don't think they're that good. That this year. Like, the Cavs are okay.
The Cavs are good.
No. I'm saying, like, the Cavs, okay. Like, they're fine. They're good, but, like, when was the last time they made it out of the second round? It's like...
Hey, they won a championship less than 10 years ago.
They did win a championship less than 10 years ago. I mean, good on them. But
one of the greatest championships of all time.
Oh, that's very true. Oh, Tony promised Cleveland a pay-per-view as well. Yeah, he does that for every town. Because the crowd is chanting like pay-per-view, and Tony's like, you guys think you can support a pay-per-view? I'm like, well, if you come here, like, yeah, I'm sure people will like come to the pay-per-view, but
well, to be fair, they were in a 13,000 seater last night. Only got what 3,000. So
yeah,
I understand. Yeah. I would have understood if you'd be like, sorry guys, not gonna do that.
I mean, that's what they do for Dynamite now. This is like just where they're at when it comes to Dynamite. They're doing,
but just do a different building. Do a different building then. Do a building that holds 5,000.
I don't know if there is a building that holds 5 around that area, because the area that it is, it's downtown Cleveland. You got the Cavs arena. They ain't going to the Cavs arena.
No.
You've got. I mean, you're not going to like the Guardian Stadium or the Browns Stadium. There's a couple like theaters, but that only holds like in the hundreds, and I don't think they want to do something in the hundreds, like you want to do at least thousands. I feel like that was probably the best venue they were going to be able to run. They've run Wolstein before as well, so they're familiar with the venue. Yeah, no Time Cop. I was very disappointed he didn't do Time Cop.
It's like my favorite movie, Time Cop.
Yeah, I was very disappointed that we didn't get Time Cop. I was like, oh, come on, Tony.
It's like you're not thinking about me.
Yeah. Gave me no Blake Christian match. No Jack Perry return. On site, this episode of Dynamite sucked. It was terrible.
Because you didn't get what you wanted.
Yeah. He's supposed to book for me. He missed my high spots. He didn't give me what I want. Terrible. Terrible episode of Dynamite. I tried to save it. I tried to save it with my interactions with Athena and Tony Storm, and hitting my spots. It just ruined it.
I thought this was a great episode of Dynamite. I thought last week was their best episode since All In. I thought the first 2 episodes after All In, the first one after All In, felt kind of like a little bit lackluster, even though it was a solid show. The next week, it was solid, but I thought the crowd was weaker than the first week. Last week was the first time in that the Argonne Ballroom where the crowd and the quality of the show kind of met in the same place, and it turned out to be a very good show. This one felt like a very good to great show, especially with the in-ring action. I thought the promos and backstage segments were on point. I thought the crowd was pretty good, despite, like I said, the 3,000 and 13,000 seat building. It was hot for that size of a crowd. I thought it was good, and it sounded good on TV. So
good.
Yeah,
the crowd was hot all night. So it was good. It came across on television. Yeah, overall, it was good. I mean, the thumbnail is Mark Briscoe, who should have won against MJF, but he did not. He got his foot on the ropes, but MJF smartly kicked the foot off after the pinfall. And then, did they show, like, when they showed the replay, MJF, like, blocking Bryce out? Like he was going for a rebound. Oh
no. Like that's what it made. It made Bryce look bad because I'm like, you're showing the replay. How is he not seeing that? He counts the 1, 2, 3. He just goes ahead and rings the bell without looking back at the foot, so it allows MJF to get his foot off the rope. But then they show us the replay, so they didn't show what was going on with MJF and Bryce during that.
Oh, okay. So they showed the replay, and MJF is like blocking out Bryce, like he's blocking out on a rebound down there, so Bryce couldn't see what was going on. And then once the replay was over, then MJF didn't care. So that's a shame they missed that part of it. See, production, what are we doing here? So it's a shame they missed that, because that did explain why Bryce didn't see the replay. And I saw Bryce go over and he was talking to the commentators. I don't know if the commentators tried to inform him that there was something, or Justin Roberts tried to inform him that the foot was on the ropes. And then at that point, Hangman was coming out.
Well, not really, because he waited till MJF had the opportunity to bloody Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, that's true. He did put the ring on.
He talked trash about his past, his deceased brother. He gets beat and he gets screwed over with the loss, and then he gets knocked out and bloodied by MJF with the Dynamite diamond ring. What are we doing? We had a chance to make this guy a main event star. What are we doing?
Yeah, I was so mad when Mark Briscoe lost. Like, oh man, come on now. Come on. That's a shame.
Yeah.
It was a good match,
disappointed by that. Yeah, really, I thought it was a really good matchup. I thought it was verging on like great, but I felt like they overdid the Froggy Bow spot. Because that was basically the story of them. The basic is, no, you do it 3 times. I think that's fine. Once you get over 3 times, you're losing the amount of heat and the interest from the crowd. And when he finally hits the Froggy Bow spot after like 6 times, there's not that much of a big reaction. It's a bigger reaction when he goes for it through the table. I would have liked it that he never hit it in the ring, and then the 6th time he goes for it is for the Froggy Bow on the outside through the table, and then he misses that one, and that's your biggest moment of the matchup, and then that's a better payoff for the Froggy Bow story of him kept trying to hit it. So that's like my only kind of like nitpick in the matchup, but I thought they worked it very well. It felt like a grudge match to me. I thought both guys were kind of played to their strengths. MJF, he's such an old school heel. That's what makes him so great. But he's like a, Gunther's more of like an old school monster heel, but MJF is the old school chicken shit heel, and he just plays to that so well. Him doing the abdominal stretch spot that used to be like the main thing that Scott Hall as Razor Ramon used to do when he was a heel. That popped me. That was my favorite moment of the match, even more than all the Froggy Bows, was him doing the abdominal stretch spot, because I don't see heels do that anymore. So it's nice when a heel does do it. It becomes new again. It becomes fresh again. So I thought they worked really well with each other. But they had a chance with Mark Briscoe. They had a chance to make a new guy, if not a new guy that's on the cusp of the main event scene. And I thought it would have worked well to make that a triple threat. And then you're getting 2 big title matches on your 2 next pay-per-views between MJF and Hangman Adam Page. Now it feels like you have to do Hangman versus MJF at Forbidden Door, and now you got to figure something out for the main event of All Out, where you could have done the triple threat at Forbidden Door, and that parlays into MJF and Hangman at All Out.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever going to do a triple threat. I think you could have had Mark Briscoe win and just done Mark Briscoe and Hangman. Mark Briscoe got protected with the foot on the ropes, and
yeah,
I mean, maybe they run it back. I don't know, but it seems like, I guess Hangman's facing MJF at Forbidden Door. I mean, they haven't set anything else up, unless they're just going to do maybe a New Japan talent will actually get on this show, because right now we don't have any New Japan talent.
It's going to be Tanahashi. The 3-ways with Tanahashi.
Tanahashi's at least he's showing out in the G1s. I'm fine if it's Tanahashi. That's cool with me, but we'll see. They got to get some type of New Japan talent on this show. It's Forbidden Door with 1 CMLL talent and 1 Stardom talent and
Zack Sabre Jr. and
AEW talent. Yeah, no, and Tanahashi.
They have promoted that this is Tanahashi's final show in the US, so we know he's going to be in a match. We don't know what the match is going to be.
This is like when, you're throwing a party and you invite like 20 people to come over. It's like, oh, come over. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be the person from this school, this person from high school that you haven't seen in forever is gonna be there. Jack's gonna be there. Jim's gonna be there. It's gonna be great. And then like 2 people show up, and it's just the neighbors. And the neighbors just come over.
It's just everybody you always see.
Yeah, like, oh, cool. That's who shows up. Nobody's walking through the Forbidden Door. That's it. Nobody's coming through the Forbidden Door. I know.
I think it sounds like on commentary, especially on today's show with Walker and Chris Charlton, they're trying to like come up with matches to look forward to. Because they were even talking about, I watched the preview tags on today's show, which I don't usually do, but I was doing work, so I was able to kind of watch the whole show, and they were mentioning how they could still do Takeshita versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Like during Zack's tag team matchup, they really emphasized that Zack will be defending the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door. We're not gonna probably know the matchup until like that week of, so yeah.
Yeah. The G1 is understandably hurt things because it's not usually at this time. It's usually before the G1, so they have a little bit more time to build things. But the thing is when you start filling up this card like it is, then you're taking spots from other matches. So yes, I understand that New Japan talent will probably be announced after the G1, as we have talked about since the beginning of all of this. But the more matches they add to this card, the less matches there can be for New Japan talent before you just throw them all into a 10-man all-star tag. You know, when you've got Swerve and Okada, Athena and Tony, maybe Hangman and MJF, Darby and Mox is on this. The tag team title match. You have the TBS title match. You're at 6 matches right there. Then you have Tanahashi. You mentioned Zack Sabre. You're at 8 matches. Where else you throw a New Japan talent on this card?
I don't know what to tell you. I don't think they should do Darby and Mox.
I don't think so either.
I think they should do like Death Riders, and Darby has a team where you can throw a bunch of New Japan talent on that team with him against the Death Riders.
And maybe that's what this breaks down into with Darby and Mox. Maybe Mox says like, no, we're not going to do one-on-one. It's going to be me, Claudio, Yuta, maybe Gabe Kidd. I don't know. And,
hopefully,
go find your team. But then Darby's just going to team with like Shibata and Hobbs because they took out Samoa Joe. So we're not even going to get Darby and New Japan talent.
There's 2 things that you can count on New Japan AEW Forbidden Door for. Tanahashi and an AEW World Title badge, and Darby or Sting teaming up with Los Ingonables de Japón, a.k.a. now unaffiliated de Japón. Yeah. So I think it's going to be Hiromu and Shingo and Darby versus the Death Riders.
Oh, I agree. None of these matches are bad, by the way. Like the card looks very good. The sticking point is it's an AEW New Japan show, and AEW is about 80% of the card, and New Japan, you're going to get an IWGP title match and a Tanahashi match, which is fine. Tanahashi's having great performance. Zack Sabre Jr., great. Like, he might just be facing Will Ospreay, but that's what you're getting. The New Japan part is very much lacking on a show that is a joint show between the two promotions.
And the only thing they can like get over with is the fact that you have Swerve and Okada, and you're like, well, he's kind of New Japan, right? Yeah. He's kind of New Japan. I think they're gonna do. I think what the promo last night might have set up, if you like read between the lines, they could do Tanahashi versus Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship.
Okay. Yeah,
because he wants to take out all the old guys, and Tanahashi's on his retirement tour, and he just took out Dustin with bad knees. Now he can take out somebody else with bad knees in his final match in the UK.
Yeah, I'm for Kyle Fletcher and Tanahashi. I like that. Yeah, because he's facing Ishii on Saturday as well, because Ishii has to have his usual "let me lose a match" in AEW.
And why is that more of a Forbidden Door matchup than anything that's on the card announced so far? The card for Collision actually got me interested. I did agree with commentary for once when they said like last week's Collision was one of their best episodes ever. It really was. So I like the lineup they have for Saturday with Fletcher versus Ishii, Hangman, Adam Page, and Jet Speed versus LFI, and then the trios matchup with the women, Willow, Queen Aminata, Ty Mello, and Triangle of Madness. All those should be good matches. But man, that Kyle Fletcher promo, Don Callis, he might be the top heel in AEW right now. He got so much heat from y'all.
Legitimately could not hear him. Like the first part of that promo, legitimately had no idea what he was saying. I was like, I don't know how this is coming across on TV, but I can't hear shit right now. It got the boos died down a little bit as the promo went on to where I could make out what he was saying. But the first part of that promo, absolutely no idea. The funniest thing about this whole thing, by the way, I assume this is how it was on TV. Renee did the backstager with whoever it was, and then she was in the ring for this.
But it did say on the screen for us personally, it said earlier today.
Oh, okay. It did not say that for us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're watching.
There was a lot of discourse online, and like Romeo hit me up, and he sent me like the picture of it saying earlier today too, and I was like, yeah, I saw that myself. That's why I didn't understand the discourse.
Oh, that makes sense.
As far as the people that watched it on TV, how y'all like say, oh, Renee is teleporting and stuff like that. It was like, it literally said earlier today on the side for the Young Bucks, and that makes more sense because they were given production notes to the production person, and that's earlier in the show, and then it went into the Kyle Fletcher promo, which I thought he did a good job with the promo. And I mean, Don Callis with the oil paintings always will be a big pop for me, and him being next to naked Kyle Fletcher wearing the TNT title as he's brolic as hell was hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, so it did not have earlier today for us. So it's very funny because like we're watching this promo and Renee's already in the ring. So we're like, oh, well, this is clearly a pre-tape because she can't be two places at once. But as she's doing this, like when they're coming back live, I'm like, Renee's time cop. And she just looks over and cracks a smile. And because, we don't see earlier today. And obviously she's in the ring seeing it. She notices it doesn't say earlier today either. So I popped Renee with the time cop comment. But the Don Callis segment was so funny. Like we knew it was a painting. We saw them bring it out before it. I was like, oh, they're gonna do a painting and everything. And like what kind of absurd painting is this going to be? The back and forth was like, I want you to take it off. Give it to me. Come on, take it off.
You want me to take it off? You want me to take it off? I really want you to take it off bad. And then him saying, I'll be TNT champion for a very, 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 very. I was like, he's got the Chris Jericho very grating voice as a heel. It's really good. Kyle Fletcher is getting his heel act down pat. Him having the freaking glasses that have like the little swinging
those
earring chain on it. It's great too.
Yeah, he's so good. He's so good with this heel role, and Don Callis generates so much heat with just being Don Callis. So I thought the segment was great. I didn't know he was facing Ishii until I looked online. They didn't announce that like in the building or anything. So I saw that once he got online. I was like, oh, who's he gonna face? Because obviously he's probably not gonna lose. But Ishii is a very easy opponent where you're gonna have a great match, and Ishii is going to lose. But I like your setup of Tanahashi. So we'll see if they go with there. I was waiting for somebody to like crash this segment, and nobody did.
Same.
Which, I was fine with. Like sometimes you just got to get heat, and they got heat. Yeah. So if they don't have anybody to set up as the full-on next challenger, and Ishii wasn't there, then all right, just do a heat segment. And that's exactly what this was. So I thought the segment was fantastic.
Yeah, that was really well done. I love the opener. I didn't hear a lot of people talk about the opener with Speedball Mike Bailey and John Moxley. I thought Speedball was awesome in that matchup. The moonsault double knees on the barricade scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, that looked brutal. But that was a great spot. Moxley, Speedball clearly has some very bendable fingers, because some of that stuff was like, Jesus, that doesn't look very fun out there. That was a great match as well. I really like the finish. And we couldn't see Darby do like snatch Yuta because it was literally the opposite of us. And then looking past the ring, it was very tough to see. I could like see his face paint. I was like, oh, it's Darby. And by the time you recognize, oh, it's Darby, he was gone. Like they were out of there quickly.
Jacked him. He kidnapped Yuta like he was a child. It was ridiculous.
He was straight up gone on that. Kevin Knight's chain broke when Moxley like slapped him. So I don't know if people caught that or not. Yeah, his chain just snapped, and that felt bad for him. It's like, oh man, that's unfortunate, Kevin. You gotta get you a new chain. Oh, you gotta beat the shit out of Mox. Come on now, you can't just let somebody take your chain like that.
Yeah. They also announced Moxley versus Kevin Knight for next week on Dynamite.
I saw that. I did see that. I did like the finish though with the arm bar and then Bailey transitioning to like the triangle and then going back to the armbar, but then Moxley escaping and getting the rear naked choke into the bulldog choke. Like that was really good. So yeah, I did like the finish on this match, and we're gonna get Mox and Darby, I guess, at Forbidden Door. I still think they should turn that into some type of trios match, but we'll see. We'll see what they do on there. Brodido defeated the Young Bucks, so we didn't get to see the Max and Jeremy shout because we don't get the graphic on the screen, so we didn't even know that happened. We of course saw the elevator get stuck, and so they had to crawl under, and then the pirate. That music, they're like JPEG music. That shit sucks. As god awful in an arena. Like it's just it's terrible. It fits, like I get it, but it's terrible live. Like it just those like Def Rebel themes that like people make fun of? That's what it sounds like live. It sounds so bad. I'm like, oh my, please turn this off. This is grating. Like this is grating on my ears right now. Please turn this shit off. It works,
and I love their usual music, but the ring, the fact Taz and the guys on the commentary was like, it sounded like ringtone music, and I was like, yes,
it's so terrible. I'm like, oh my god, can you please stop with this? Can you please stop with this? And then they don't stop with it. It goes, but fantastic match, and Brodido wins. They gotta. I don't know how much it shows up on, like live. Bandito and Brody King got to work on the positioning of the front flip 450 because they hit it twice, and Bandito both time was like, "No, move this way, go this way." I was like, "Oh, y'all got to get this timing down a little bit better."
Because he did it, they went for it once, and I think either Matt or Nick moves out the way, so Bandito just takes the 450 bump. And then the second time, I saw he like also was like move a little bit closer because then it looks better if you're a little bit closer and you can propel him. But I love them working together. Like the best move that they did as far as like a double team was when Bandito does the tope con hilo to the outside and Brody basically propels him with the middle rope.
Oh,
like that was so dope. I was like, I've never seen that before.
They came up short on that one.
Yeah,
bless
I was
the
like,
Bucks
the Young Bucks might be the best tag team ever at catching people because Matt was over here, he was down here and had to run up and catch them. But like, that was really well done. Really, it looked great.
It did look very cool, but when Bandito he went straight up. I was like, oh, he is not getting any length on this jump. He's getting good height, but he's not getting any length on it. And then bless the Bucks for getting real into place so they could still catch him. But it was a very cool looking spot. So great match. I'm glad Brodido won. I think they should win the tournament, and I kind of think they should win the titles, honestly.
I kind of think so too. I think it would make sense for Cope to interfere in the finals to cost FTR, whether it's by distraction or however they want to do it, and Brodido should win, and I wouldn't mind them winning the tag team titles. Like they're the hot hand right now. They're the hot team. I think they're going to do FTR winning, but I think that's a mistake because Bandito's on an absolute ripper. Like ever since the Mascarada Dorada matchup in Arena Mexico, that was like an instant classic, one of the best matches that they've had in CMLL all year. He followed that up with the tag team matchup with him and Hologram versus Mascarada Dorada and Mystico on the Fantastica Mania show. Then he had another banger with Mystico the week after that in Arena Mexico. Then he comes to the US and he's had I've lost count of how many matches on TV has he just stolen the show with. Like last week's Collision, the matchup with them versus Brodido versus Gates of Agony is probably like the best Gates of Agony tag team matchup I've seen since they signed with AEW. They had the trios matchup when he teamed with Paragon against Takeshita and the Young Bucks. He had a couple of the Brodido matches versus like Proto Shida. Then this matchup here was the best match on this show. Like I'm lost lost count of how many times Bandito has stolen the show on Dynamite. He saw like a 2-month run of having like one of the best matches on an episode of Dynamite. Like they're so good together. Brody King has always been fantastic. And I think that this is putting a bigger light on him and showing how good he can be, especially in a tag team matchup. He's kind of always been a tag team specialist, even dating back to like Ring of Honor's days when he was teaming up with PCO. But him working with the Young Bucks, now next they're going to be working with FTR, is putting a bigger light on how good Brody King can really be. And they feel like they're the hot hand right now. So I kind of would go with them. And especially with the fact that Bandito is another one, kind of like Okada, where you can kind of paint it out to be, oh, he's kind of with CMLL, right? It's kind of Forbidden Door, right? So yeah, you can play with that in a couple of different ways, but that matchup was absolutely splendid. I thought the Young Bucks, man, I gotta give them credit because, like, you know, me and you, when they came up with the stipulation for the All In Texas matchup, we were really pitching for the Young Bucks to win that matchup because we wanted to see what AEW would do story-wise with Ospreay and Swerve not getting a shot at the AEW World Tag Team titles for a year. But god damn, this Young Bucks losing the EVP status has been one of their best storylines since All In. It's hilarious every week. Their downfall, the way they come up with different ways to kind of screw them over and give them their comeuppance for all the times that they had been in control of everything, and how they just keep playing them. The signs in the crowd are playing into it, with Brody holding up the Young Bucks are jobbers, and then their reaction to that loss was great. Nick Jackson coming in after the pinfall, he's like it's just their reactions to stuff, their reactions to getting all this shade from everybody, and then they're still able, when the bell rings, they just always deliver. They deliver great matches. They delivered a great match last week with Outrunners, but of course this was better because you're in there with Brody King and Bandito. But shout outs to all four men. They delivered. Oh, look at that. You want me to show them? She just showed me she got this dress. Oh. She wanted me to show you. You like it?
I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah.
What is the people called?
There's more.
They're called Sprunky? Yeah. Sprunky, I think it is.
Sprunky? Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Sprunky. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I guess that's a UK thing.
Probably.
Okay. You don't know either? Fair.
She just I see her watch it all the time. So
let's do some research on Sprunky.
Sprunky with the I at the end. Spruk.
Are you sure it's not Sprunky? I think it's Sprunky.
Sprunky, yeah, Sprunky.
Yeah, Sprunky. Oh, it's a game. Apparently it's a game. And this game looks sus. Sprunky Incredibox. Hold on. All right, we're going to play this.
You're going to play the game?
Yeah, we're going to play it. Yeah, we're going to play this game. Hold on, let me share my screen.
Oh, dear.
All right, Sprunky. Is this right, everybody? Like, this is the thing, right?
Yeah, apparently. This looks like this is people on here.
Yeah, there's the orange gimmick here, right?
Yeah. Yep, okay. That's the orange gimmick. I got the orange gimmick right here.
All right, folks, we're going to play this game. I have no idea what the fuck this game is, but we're going to figure it out. All right. Sprunky Incredible. All right, play now. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. Game over Zoom. Okay. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Like, decorate them?
I guess you're supposed to pick which one is which. I don't know. Yeah, you're supposed to.
Oh, shit.
Top, down.
Whoa, what the fuck happened? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yo, what the hell?
What the fuck?
Yo, why is there so many eyes?
What, did I die?
Pick another one.
What the hell? Why are they looking at me like that? All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, what the? He's bleeding out his eyes now.
Yo, what the?
What is happening?
I'm scared.
Okay.
Yes, my daughter be playing the weirdest stuff.
Yeah, what the SB3? You gotta.
What the hell is this?
I don't know. You see this shit? SB3's daughter just came in and was like, "Oh, do you like my dress?" And we were like, what is this?" And she's like, "It's Sprunky." And so we searched to figure out what it is. And so we're now playing it, but this game's scary as hell.
She never plays the game. She watches YouTube videos about the game.
Yeah, they're bleeding out their eyes and they're hard to beat. All right, we're gonna put TV on this guy's head. Okay, all right, that's okay. Wait, so can I add more stuff? Okay, hold on. Okay. Are we making music here? Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, let's go.
Now we got some beats going. Okay. All right, now the game isn't quite as terrible.
Yeah, it's not as terrifying.
Oh, what the fuck?
What the hell?
Why are they killing these things to turn them into musical animatrations here?
We vibing now.
Yeah, we got something going a little bit. All right. We gotta get like some bass into this.
Yo, this does slap. I'm not gonna front. Turn it up in the headphone.
Let's do this devil thing here. Oh boy. I don't know about that part.
They add the background to it, so it's weirder.
Hold on, can I put something? No, I can't do anything there. Oh, this guy's happy. Oh shit! Oh no!
That killed it.
Nah. No. Turn that shit off. That little static thing killed that beat. We killed that one.
Killed the beat. Killed the beat down. Oh man. That might have to be a clip. That was awesome.
That's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll create another beat at the end of the show.
There we go. Yeah,
We'll
keep it on the side.
We'll do one more. Yeah. We'll do one more beat at the end of the show. That shit scared the hell out of me, though.
She just left me with this dress. She didn't even like take it back with her. Like
that scared the hell out of me, man. Like, what the hell was that?
And people in the chat saying, "Nah, block this website."
Yeah. Right.
She
Like,
only, all fairness, all transparency. She only watches like YouTube videos on the game. I don't think she actually plays the game.
YouTube videos is good with this shit. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of YouTube videos that she shouldn't be watching that we have to take away from her.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. YouTube's evil for kids, fair. But the game and the dress ain't giving the same vibe. No, not at all. That dress is all nice and like shiny. Like, this is happy shit. And then it's like, let's murder these little fuckers here. Turn them into musical instruments.
I'm literally. This is the one part of today's show I'm gonna play for her. I'm gonna play her this part of the show.
Oh, sorry for cursing.
I got the timestamp. Well, like I said, some of the YouTube videos she watches.
I'm telling Joel he's got to make a Sprunky thumbnail because I'm gonna clip that. And be like,
what the
30-year-olds discover Sprunky is gonna be.
That's evergreen material, right?
Yeah,
there. You need to save that on a slow day, on a weekend.
Right.
Drop that.
What the hell was that? Jesus. All right. What else happens on Dynamite? I'm shook after that, man.
He shook him. Alex Windsor qualified for the TBS Championship 4-way at AEW Dynamite. I mean, AEW Forbidden Door. See, I'm out of it too. AEW New Japan's Forbidden Door, which I thought was expected. She was kind of the favorite going in. Loved the promo with her and Tony, by the way.
Yeah.
Tony says, "You could beat me down. You could beat us down, but you can't beat us off."
Yeah. That was a very good promo. That was fun. The match.
I thought it was good until the last spot. Until the spot with Sky Blue and that was right in front of you too, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I was hoping that like the camera cut away. I didn't want to say anything because I felt bad watching Sky Blue like set that up and then just doing whatever happens.
Then hit her head. She just drives her head into the chair, and then they just stand there for a moment.
Yeah.
Other than that, the match was good. I like the matchup. It's just that spot I know could just take you out of the whole thing.
There were a couple other ones where you could just tell they were thinking too much about things. Maybe it didn't come across on TV. Maybe it was stuff that got hidden better than that spot, which was right in on camera view. But there was some other spots in that match where you could just tell they were thinking too much about things. So yeah, Sky Blue might need to change up on that because I feel like she hasn't hit that thing clean once since
she's been back. Yeah. Not since she's been back. She hasn't done that pretty well, and it doesn't really fit with her as a heel anyway. So I think it is time for her to like just move away from that for now. I thought Alex Windsor, she looked good in the matchup. Billy Starks looked good in the matchup because sometimes I think she's a little bit sloppy. Other than that spot, I thought Queen Aminata looked good in the matchup. I like the post match because I thought that it did a good job of kind of just layering different matches that they're gonna do because they kind of tease, Mercedes coming out and confronting Alex Windsor, setting up the 4-way matchup at Forbidden Door. Then you got Athena who delivers the O-face on Timeless Tony, laying her out to set up their matchup at Forbidden Door. Then you also have the Tony was getting in the ring to confront Mercedes for the first time since All In. So you're also kind of sowing the seeds that's a direction that you can go back to with Storm and Monet. And then you also had the stare down between Mercedes and Athena. So I thought it like told you like, oh, you might be seeing this match, you might be seeing that match, you might be seeing Athena and Mercedes going at it again, you might see Mercedes and Athena teaming up with one another, because that's how commentary kind of put it off, that we might see a tag team matchup with Mercedes and Athena versus Tony and Windsor. So good stuff as far as like the post match, but I do understand if y'all didn't like the match itself, because that spot, I don't know about any other spots that stood out as far as like not being on the same page, but definitely that chair spot was just like, yeah.
And there was some good stuff in the match too, but there was also just some very noticeable stuff of they're thinking a little bit too much, or they're just the timing's off a little bit in this match. Again, if it didn't come across live, like great, that means they hit it well. It definitely came across watching in the building, like you could just see it. So, but otherwise, it was the expected winner. I like the post match stuff. Outside of Mercedes, didn't get to do a full on entrance, and me hitting my high spot didn't make television. But what can you do? Yeah, it definitely seems like they were setting up the tag team match. I assume that'll be announced over the next week, honestly. I thought they would announce it by the end of this show, but I guess they didn't. But yeah, it seems like those, because Mercedes and Athena did like a backstage like TikTok or something. So I know that's not like AEW content, but the fact that they did that shows that they're probably gonna team up against Windsor and Tony next week or the week after, I would imagine.
We got to talk about the segment of the night. Well, first there was the setup for the segment of the night with Cope announcing that he's got a match.
He was a coward. He didn't want to come out and face me.
Nah, he saw you in the front row. He was like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that, fam. Good on that. I did appreciate Cope mentioning, like, what the hell was that last week with Christian? I know he meant as far as him not apologizing, but he basically broke down, like, he didn't apologize. He's still an asshole. And then he got his comeuppance. So why should I be mad at the patriarchy? Yeah, I agree. Like, what? Yeah, I agree. We don't even know what he was saying. Then he said that next week he's got a matchup with the one person he can't have a match with since he has to stay 100 feet away from FTR. He's going one-on-one for the first time ever with Big Stokely Hathaway. So that's next week in Cincinnati. And then we get the segment of the night. Big Stokes response. he says, I'm not a bully. I've been fighting he's like, I'm a fighter. He was like, I'm short, I'm bald, I don't get any hoes. And the best part of it to me was Dak's response under his breath saying, you get hoes.
Oh, we couldn't hear that. We just saw Dax like cover his mouth. So yeah, we couldn't hear that part.
He said, you get hoes. He was like, I've been fighting my whole life. And he was like, I'm gonna make you go home and cry to your wife who's got a head that looks like a micro baller.
That was cold. That was
that was the part that I noticed that FTR just covered their face.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh shit, we didn't expect that.
Yeah, that was a very cold line. The Stoke promo was so good. He's hilarious.
That was a segment of the night. Moment of the night.
That was hilarious. He's going to get his ass beat next week. It's going to be unfortunate.
I don't get any hoes.
And just admitting it. Flat out admitting it.
Yo, that was awesome. It was awesome. That was the best promo of the night.
That was a very good promo. I feel like, we'll talk more about it next week, but I feel like somebody's going to help Stoke. Obviously, it's not going to be FTR because they can't stay close to him, but why don't they pay the Hurt business or Hurt Syndicate? They could do that. I know they're not really friends right now, but they should just pay the Hurt Syndicate.
Why not?
They take the money. Because we did have the backstage segment with MJF and MVP, and then that's just done. That's just done. MVP's
we kind of said
down.
this. No, I think it was Jimmy Baccaram said this after the first week where Bobby Lashley just snapped on him. He was like, I think they're gonna finish this in like 3 weeks. He was like, it's gonna be next week. It's gonna be Shelton Benjamin. The week after that is MVP, and that's it. And that's exactly what happened. He just gives him the thumbs down, says that we hurt people. You're all about me. So they've annoyed you. Your ego has gotten in the way, and I'm saying that as me. So he was like, it's thumbs down. He was like, but we're gonna let you live so you can go on your quest to get back your title, but I'm just warning you. And he's like, and MJF tries to finish his line. He's like, it's not personal, it's business. He was like, no. He was like, I don't want you to realize your goal of winning the AEW World Championship, because if you do, Bobby Lashley is coming for you, and that will be personal. I like that. That you're basically sowing the seed that this is not over. This story is really it's gone to a third chapter. We had the first chapter of MJF basically trying to join the Hurt Syndicate. The second chapter was him in the Hurt Syndicate. Now we're on to the third chapter of him being kicked out of the Hurt Syndicate. And then eventually we're going to go into another chapter, or another part of this chapter, where he has to face the Hurt Syndicate.
And then MVP said, fuck you, Speedball. And Speedball said, fuck you, MVP.
Can we talk about how good AEW PR has been in 2025? Like, we've complimented Tony Khan for taking PR training, but it seems like the whole locker room has taken PR training. Because last year, the year before that, this would have getting dragged out. A report comes out like the one that came out about the Hurt Syndicate and MVP having heat backstage. It would have dragged out for so much longer than they needed to. But the fact that they nipped it in the bud immediately and made a fun bit out of it, didn't do it on TV, they did it online. This is the company that I want them to be. Like, this is how you use online, scuttlebutts, reports, rumors, and you turn it around and you make it into a positive for you. Now nobody's talking about it. People, there's people, idiots are like, oh, you paid for that fake news and stuff like that. But I just love the fact that I was able to name today's episode of AE Ramble, We Work People. That just hit me. This hit me immediately after Dynamite. I was like, yeah, we could go with this for this segment. We could go for that for this segment. Then I'm talking to Romeo, and I was like, no, we should go with the Speedball MVP bit and say, we work people. He was like, oh, that's good. I was like, yes.
That was such a good segment. And we saw it online when we were during commercial break. We saw it pop up. So we watched it just on our phones during the commercial break. It's like, good on them. I assume it'll be like Speedball was filming his vlog. What a very tiny camera that man has. By the way, I was like, Jesus. No, I assume that'll be on Speedball's vlog. It was very funny when MVP's like, say it, come on, guys. And they're just like, fuck you, Speedball.
like, it's so good because it's like, I know MVP was just like, yeah, I didn't like him, but I hate him. Yeah. So let me just do this.
It's like, all right, you might not get along, you might not agree with what he does, what he says, but doesn't mean there's any like ill will or hatred toward each other. Like a lot of people were saying after the report came out, it's like, how do you not like Speedball? What is Speedball doing that like rubs you the wrong way? It's like, look, not everybody is for everybody, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean like, I'm just never gonna associate with this guy. You can still have some fun with it. Good on them for turning that into a fun little thing, and that kind of dies things down there. And now they'll lose to the Outrunners to show they're willing to put over other teams.
The fact that was the best part of the whole report is they wouldn't lose. They wouldn't lose to a younger team. Someone like Gates of Agony, the Outrunners. What was the other team? Oh, Private Party. I was like, these are all teams they've already beaten.
Yeah, that was the most hilarious thing about it is, we're willing to lose to these teams who we've already defeated and buried because we're like, this team sucks.
Oh man, that's so good. It was so good. Everything about the report into the bit that they did. Bravo from everybody involved. Bravo to the original J Cup, I think it was, who put out the original rumor, and then Sean doing his due diligence and doing that report, and then their response to it. A+ all around. This is one of the better news stories and results that I've seen from AEW in the company's history.
I was good on them for doing that. Honestly, really good on them. A few super chats here. Enormous says the Bucks Pyro needed a blue chew. Brodido for life. Dude, the Pyro. Yeah, but the loud bang, I was like, fuck. That was still very jumpy, the loud bang, before the little sparkler, the Orange Cassidy sparkler popped off there. The one shot. Volov saying, don't know, man. That could be the new Bucks talking about the Sprunky. I mean,
it was. The piano did remind me of the Bucks theme, yeah.
Tinrus is saying, Stokely dressed as a Sprunky with a Sprunky theme. That Sprunky was scary as shit, man. We're gonna do one more.
It freaked the hell out of both of us.
Speedball uses like a GoPro Mini. I've seen GoPro. Yeah. That thing is so tiny. I haven't seen GoPro in a while, but like, back when GoPro was like the thing when it first came out, that thing was like miniature size. Like, how the hell do you know what you're recording on this thing? But good on him for getting his vlog down with that,
Yeah. But I said the same thing you did when I read that report. Like, how do you not like Speed? I literally had to finish transcribing my interview I did with Speedball a few weeks back. Yesterday, it's up on si.com right now. And I'm just like, this guy's the nicest guy ever. The fact that I had to do it after that report, I was like, I'm watching this interview back. I'm like, he's just the nicest guy ever. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not like him? You can like not agree with some of his opinions, but to not like him, just dislike, like what?
Yeah. This is everyone loves Speedball. Very strange. You might not like them, but they looks like they can at least do backstage bits together. That's what matters. The bits. Yeah. That's what matters.
Exactly.
Anything else from Dynamite?
Swerve had a good promo on the Okada matchup for Forbidden Door. I know it's so good that Jeremy had the faraway look as he was watching it. He loved every minute of it. Yeah, this was the best episode of the. It surpassed, in my opinion, last week's episode as the best episode since All In.
Really? Okay. All right. I don't know if it was quite as good as last week's episode. Look, I enjoyed it. I was there live. It was a great.
Last week's episode had the Christian promo, so this week did not have anything. This week did not have anything objectively that bad. So it's weird.
And last week had Punk and Moxley though, and that one.
You mean Moxley and
Hangman. Sorry. Oh,
got Punk on the mind.
Yeah, that was.
He's like I remember the last time I was in this building.
That's true. Actually, that's true. Was that in Wolstein? No, I think they ran a bigger arena for that. Okay. I don't know, where was that Punk and Moxley match? Now I'm curious if that was Wolstein or not. It might have been Wolstein. I'm gonna look it up because now my brain is like, where was that match at? It was Cleveland. It was Wolstein. So there you go. So yeah, that was the last time I was at the arena was nice. for that match. So yes, that was probably why I thought of that. Is like, yeah, the last time I was in that building, it was Punk and Moxley. So there. All right. Are we gonna do another game of Sprunky here before?
Let's do it. If we can't give the people C-suite, we got to give them Sprunky suite.
Yes. Jesus. All right. Let's pull this back up. Do we want to start like just all over again and get the Let
me see if my daughter wants to join us.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's have her pick.
Yeah, we're gonna. All right. I'll be right back. Okay. You talk to the people. I'm gonna see if she wants to join.
All right. If Harlem comes in, we'll restart it, and she can get the jump scare that we got because that needs to be caught. Yeah, Harlem's not camera shy. She'll be in here.
I'll turn off my headphone here. So she can hear you.
Okay.
You see, we're playing Sprunky.
We're playing Sprunky.
All right. Pick, Harlem, you want to pick something?
Which one you want him to pick? Which color?
This one.
What color? Red?
Yes.
You want the red one?
Which one? The red horns?
Yeah.
All right. So which person?
Which person? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
7.
7? Okay. So that good?
Yeah. Say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
On this one.
Jesus.
On that one. Orange one.
All right. What are we adding?
You said the orange one.
The orange on what number?
What number?
This one.
On the first one.
The first one? Okay. All right.
You realize she doesn't see what you're putting, right?
The yellow one.
Yellow one now.
Yellow? There's a few yellows. Which yellow?
Yeah.
The fourth one at the bottom, bro.
Okay. On which number?
What number? Which one you want him to put it on?
Yeah.
The third one? Okay.
Third one. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
The green one now? The green one at the top, bro.
The green flower?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Flower.
What number are we putting it on?
Which one we putting it on? The second one.
The second one? Okay. Oh my gosh. right.
You got the biggest smile of the Here's the blue one. The blue one at the top. Like
Okay. All right. Now which number?
which number? Which one you want him to put it on? Which man? Which one?
This one.
The second to last.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
You love this game?
Okay. All right. We got something going here.
You like the beat? Which one now? What color? Purple one.
Purple one at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then which one you want him to put it on? One or two? On the
Okay.
yeah, the one closest. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, we got the drama in the back.
Oh. All right. Last one.
Pink one? She wants the pink one.
Pink one. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh boy.
No, Winnie, Winnie.
Can we do anything else? Hold on. I'm gonna try to add this sunshine. One of these things. I can't do anything else.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a dope beat.
Yeah, that's your beat, Harlem. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, hold up. We got the sunshine going.
Gone.
All right, hold on. Maybe we can add some stuff here. Add like a background, like. No, I can't do anything with that. I think that's all I'm gonna be able to do.
Even take this to the front.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna end this. All right. Oof. It's very loud in my headphones. I don't know like how loud it is for y'all. It's very loud in my headphones.
Yes, I agree with Wheeler. She was so happy.
Good.
That's
Good.
like one of the first few times in like months she's willingly came in here. When I said we're playing Sprunky, you want to play Sprunky? She's like, yeah.
That jump scare still fucked me up, man. Like, I did not expect that for this game. Like, what is
Came
happening
out of
here?
nowhere. Yeah, it was.
All right,
pretty
so apologies for the noise. Like, I don't know how to turn the volume down on this game. I wish I did, honestly. I would have turned it down, but I don't know how. So you just gotta turn it down on your headphones. But then I know that makes us a little bit later. Yeah. So there's no volume setting here. Dark mode. I feel like we're already in dark mode. The game's fucking dark. Hell.
Once we put that hat on one of those
That's-
guys, it
dude.
just turned everything.
That was the scariest thing ever. That was so scary. Volb saying, it feels like a theme that would fit the Blinding of Isaac game. I don't know, or the Binding of Isaac game. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is either. Let me look.
Are we
that
gonna
up.
have to play that now? We might have to play that. Ah.
Binding of Isaac, excuse me. What is that? Binding
Is it appropriate?
of
Binding of Isaac is fun. Okay, hold on.
It's a survival game.
Oh, all right.
It's a roguelike action adventure game designed by independent developers Edmund McMillan and Florian Hemsley.
Oh yeah, it's on like Steam and stuff. Okay, we're not gonna be able to play that one. Oh well.
Oh well. Yeah, we did finish Dynamite talk. We finished.
Yeah.
We're good with our timing on everything. That was actually fun.
Hey, anything else we need to get to before we get out of here, SP3?
I'm trying to think. Did I watch any other wrestling? It's just been a very heavy WWE week with everything from SummerSlam, AEW Dynamite last night. I'm still catching up on Stardom, 5-star Grand Prix, so maybe we could talk more about that on Tuesday. And yeah, I watched G1 this morning, so we'll talk more about that on Tuesday as well. We'll catch up on today's show, and I think by then we'll know who's going to the playoffs by next Tuesday. So,
all right, folks, we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate everyone hanging out today. Appreciate everybody sending in a bunch of super chats. No C-Suite Alexa Bliss Gamer. SP3 has been blocked from watching Evolve, and there was no LFG this week because of SummerSlam.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm gonna do what I did the week after the Hulk Hogan passing. I'm gonna give y'all two C-Suites for the price of one. Tuesday we'll do C-Suite. We'll talk all about LFG, and then we'll do the C-Suite again next Thursday to talk about Evolve. Hopefully by then, I think I'll be back in the States by then. So I'll find a way to get 2B when I'm back in New York. So. There we go.
All right, there we go. SP3, let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, True Hill Heat. I'll be there in about an hour, the True Hill Heat YouTube channel with AE Ramble with Jimmy Macaram, who is a well-known hater. If you were asking who could possibly hate Speedball Mike Bailey, Jimmy Macaram is one of those people. So we'll talk about the news of Hurt Syndicate and MVP Heat, MVP disliking Speedball Mike Bailey, their response, as well as AEW Dynamite with Jimmy, and we'll get Jimmy's thoughts on SummerSlam weekend and everything that went down there. So join us live 1:05 p.m. Eastern time on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, and I'll be back there on Saturday at 10:05 a.m. Eastern time with the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. We got the whole crew with us: Top Guy JJ, Miss Christy Love, True Jaw Josh, to talk about SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar's return, and everything in between. So join us, True Hill Heat.
I'll be back with Steven Jensen at 6:30 with the Spotlight. Praising Cody Rhodes because he's the champion again. Let's sit there and listen to Cody Rhodes being the greatest ever. Nah.
You gotta live with that, man. You gotta live with that. You gotta let him shine. Let him shine.
I'm happy that Jensen will be happy. You know, I want Cody to turn just because I think it'll crush him and be very funny. But I don't think Cody's turning anytime soon. We'll be back at 6:30 with new episode of the Spotlight. Myself and Joel will be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, in the weeds. Till then, talk to y'all later. Goodbye, everyone.